This is your former self, the repeated thoughts, relived feelings, and memories you cling to. As long as you hold on to this, your world can't transform. The burden isn't always tangible. Often it's unseen, a quiet weight you've borne for years. It shows in the tension in your chest at dawn, in the inner voice warning, don't hope for too much, in the cycles you vowed to break but repeated. It resides in your nerves, your biology, your tiny choices. It's not merely history, it's a vibration. Like a tune on endless repeat, your past self plays on, while your aspirations remain suspended. Here's the unspoken truth. You can't enter a fresh existence while tied to the vibe of your history. Many overlook this. They attempt to attract by shifting mindset, imagining, or journaling. But deep down, they're the same individual, rising in the same mood, retelling the same tale, anticipating change while staying vibrationally the same as before. Be real. That persona, your past self, was designed for survival, formed amid hurt, from betrayal, setbacks, letdowns. It wasn't deliberate. It was a reflex, a shield, a facade you adopted. Over time, it grew cozy, normal. You forgot it was temporary, and now it seems like your core. But what if it's not? What if the doubt saying, you're not prepared, or that's too dangerous, isn't fact? It's just the echo of an unreleased past. Quantum science reveals a breakthrough. Reality isn't separate. It reacts to the viewer, to your essence. You're not apart from the field. You're the field shaped into existence. So when you rise and embody that former self, what does the cosmos provide? More of the familiar. Not due to fate or error, but because the field honors harmony. You're the resonator. You don't attract desires. You attract your current being. That's why this isn't about gaining a new identity. It's about shedding what isn't you. The past self seeks protection, but safety isn't your spirit's goal. Stagnation isn't your fate. That heavy persona, molded by wounds, guilt, errors, or dismissal, isn't the you who embodies the visions you've seen in your peak moments. That desired world exists, not far off, but in a parallel vibe, a wavelength you sync with, not pursue. But the tough reality, you can't reach it while hooked on your history's emotions. You can't replay blame, bitterness, or insecurity and await growth. You can't appear as yesterday's you and access a new path. So, how? In this content, we'll shatter the cycle. We'll face the past self, not to criticize, but to free it. We'll value its lessons, then release. Together, we'll step into the quantum realm. Not via speech, but energy. I'll lead you to dissolve the past's energetic mark, so you can fully become the you already thriving in the life you've sought. The field doesn't demand more effort. It's awaiting a new tune. You're not trapped because your tomorrow isn't possible. You're trapped because your persona keeps forming the same world repeatedly. But shift that. Drop the load, the scars, the tags, and you'll see magic. Life will adapt. The world will reshape. The field will answer, not to your words, but to your transformation. Breathe deep. Something stirs, not from outside, but inside. Ready to encounter the you who's already liberated? Let's proceed. You rise. Same space, same ideas, same inner script before your eyes even flutter. Maybe today shifts, you ponder, but as your feet touch ground, your system has already opted otherwise. Why? Because before your aware mind crafts, your hidden identity dominates. You don't greet a fresh dawn. You greet an old you. Again, the body recalls, not as recollection, but as physiology. Feelings turn into chemical loops. Actions automate. Eventually, you cease engaging the now. You just rerun history until today feels like repetition. Dr. Joe Dispenza notes, by 35, 95% of you is memorized actions, reactions, habits, attitudes, views, beliefs. Essentially, most of you isn't authentic. It's code, imprinting, the past self in charge. Bruce Lipton adds, altering perception rewrites body chemistry, so your chemical, emotional, energetic self scripts your existence. Change feels tough because it's not just mindset. You're breaking the body's craving for that you, the self braced for letdown, ready for loss, doubting worth, not broken, but once deeming less safer. You didn't pick this life, but your system found pain familiar, thus secure, even harmful. This is the true cage, not externals, but the persona we fear abandoning, even as it drains health, joy, knowing it's not us. Compassionately, what feelings dominate? Regret, rage, embarrassment, uncertainty, skepticism. They're not chance, they're practiced. Your body craves those cues as they affirm the past self's chemical core. And that broadcast? It draws matching worlds. Harsh fact, your past self isn't memory, it's a magnetic aura. The quantum field hears not mantras or collages, but your constant emotional mark. You crave connection, but if I'm unworthy baselines, you'll push closeness away. You imagine plenty, but if fear anchors, you'll sabotage chances. Not undeserved, but your system unmatched for receipt. That's why books, classes, chants stall. Healing is vibrational, lived, cellular. Now, bring light to the loop, not shame but sight. See, it's not fixed. It's rehearsed energy, stoppable when you detach. Not hate, freedom. Permit dropping the survival weight from a gone world. Paradox. Observing your past self without fusing from higher view makes you the watcher. Quantum-wise, that alters all. The watcher shapes the wave. Awareness of pattern means you're not it, you're the awareness. That's the first light in fresh reality. Engage deeper. Comment. I am ready to release the version of me that no longer matches my future. Not ritual. Declaration. Loop break. Field signal your past free. If this touches innate, sacred stirring, subscribe. Not to channel, to frequency. This isn't info, transformation. If ready, you're precisely placed. We're taught to request, trust, imagine, yet many wait for click, funds, person, breakthrough. When absent, we doubt method, block worth. But issue isn't oversized dream, it's too familiar vibe. Overlooked in teachings. Quantum field ignores words, boards, wants. It echoes essence. Vibrational harmony law. Coherence when heart, mind, feelings, deeds align. The field's energetic nod. Not journaled or spoken once, but lived, felt, steady. Can't out-attract frequency. Field hears not, I seek plenty. It hears, I'm insufficient if daily felt. Doesn't see dream life if fear houses. Ignores love desire if loneliness, envy, unworthiness home. Not cruel, precise. Like mirror, you shift first for reflection to follow. Problem. Manifesting from current persona. Using now lens for different timeline. Future. You doesn't just think altered. They are altered. Feel altered. Enter spaces altered. Speak from depth. Shifted from desire to essence. Hope to presence. Scientifically. Thoughts electric. Emotions magnetic. Combined. Vibe broadcast to field. Message isn't want, it's being. What do you transmit? Congruent with desired or lack fear while tuning to thanks, trust, delight? Like symphony on static radio. That's old self reaching new path. Not positive think, energetic honesty. Universe hears nervous system, not lips. Heisenberg's observer effect. Observing shapes form, but who you are while observing decides what shapes. Neville Goddard, you're selecting, not manifesting. Being selects. Not drawing future, tuning, aligning. Can't align unmatched. Shift internal. Become version naturally drawing chaste things. Don't pull in, elevate self. Manifestation sans identity work feels uphill. Build future on outdated base. Collapses despite plans. Key query. Who become for vibrational match? Now, in thought, feel, act, presence. When become, universe echoes. Instantly in energy, signs, syncs, feelings. Feel pull. Right place, time, thing, you. Field bends. Ready to recall future self? Don't create new you. Recall them. Version thriving in desired frequency exists now in field, not future. Hypothetical, real, alive. Separation? Vibe. Radical. But quantum says reality non-linear. Time unfixed. Not linear path. Infinite nows. Simultaneous. Accessible by tune. In quantum terms, this is the multiverse. In spiritual terms, it's divine possibility. The message is clear. The thriving, healed, empowered, magnetic you isn't coming. They're already here, vibrating in a different frequency, a unique energetic pattern, a distinct state of being. Your job isn't to pursue them, but to close the gap by aligning your vibration. This isn't just theory, it's practical. So, ask, if your highest self were already active within you, what thoughts would they hold? How would they breathe, move, speak to others, manage resources, face uncertainty? Would they cling to doubt, replay old rejections, or settle for less, thinking, this is all I get? No. Your higher self radiates trust, harmony, quiet strength, and magnetic ease. They don't force manifestation. They attract through alignment. Their energy speaks first, and their world, relationships, health, purpose, reflects it. Here's what many miss. The universe doesn't shift because you're deserving. It shifts because you're in resonance. Resonance isn't begged for. It's embodied. The most powerful change isn't external. It's internal. It's choosing to let go of the old narrative and align with the new one. Not because it's physically here, but because you've met it energetically. You step forward and the path forms. Let's dive deeper. Close your eyes. Picture yourself entering a space where the you living your desired life stands. Feel their presence, not distant, but familiar, because they are you. Notice their ease, the spark in their gaze, the clarity in their tone. They don't need to prove anything. They embody truth. They've shed the burdens, burned the old scripts, released the fear-based self. A new identity shines. Ask them, what did you release to become this free? The new self isn't built by piling on. It's uncovered by stripping away conditioning, pain, pretense, leaving only essence, soul, alignment. This is the shift. You're not becoming, you're recalling. You're not crafting a new reality. You're tuning into one already alive. When you stop vibrating as the old self and start as the new, the field responds. It begins subtly. A fresh thought, an unexpected call, a pull towards something your old self would have skipped. As you follow this flow, the new timeline solidifies. Synchronicities multiply. Doors open because you've left resistance behind for receptivity. The old self doesn't need destroying, just retiring. Thank it, honor it, release it. It wasn't wrong, just outdated, like software keeping you functional but not free. Let it go. Step into the self who knows how this story ends, already aligned with the future you thought you had to chase. You're not pulling in a new life. You're syncing with the you already living it. Ready to meet them? Let's not just discuss change. Let's embody it. No insight, however profound, transforms unless lived. This is where the new timeline takes root, through deliberate ritual, energetic commitment, full body choice. You're about to reset your quantum identity, not by forcing, but by releasing the outdated self and stepping into the one already aligned. Here's how. Step 1. Name the old self. You can't release what you don't see. Give your past identity a name, a word, a symbol, capturing the you, looping through fear, doubt, limits, maybe the skeptic, the striver, the settler. Whatever feels true, claim it, speak to it, thank it for keeping you safe. But it's not leading forward. Step 2. Release ritual. Visualize carrying this self like a heavy load, a bag stuffed with old stories, patterns. See yourself pausing, setting it down. No need to destroy it, just let it go. Walk away lighter, taller, clearer. You've dissolved its energetic hold, opening space for a new frequency. Step 3. Embody the new self. Who are you now? Feel it. Adopt the stance of the you aligned with your vision, the one trusting intuition, radiating calm. No longer chasing because they are what they sought. How do they breathe, speak, face challenges? Shift into them now. Step 4. Anchor with a declaration. Say with presence, I release the past. I embody my true self. Repeat, I release the past. I embody my true self. Let these words be a vibration, cutting through old signals, resonating in your cells. You're not just speaking, you're becoming. Your body, your atoms, the field, they're listening. As you vibrate as this new self, the field shifts. Hidden possibilities surface. Aligned people appear. Your world changes, not because you pleaded, but because you transformed. This isn't a one-off ritual, it's a gateway. The old self will resurface, not to derail, but to be seen, reminding you you've outgrown it. Each time you choose anew, you strengthen the new frequency. Your practice. Each morning, before the world intrudes, ask, which me shapes reality today? Choose consciously, lovingly. You're not just altering your life, you're shifting timelines. Your choice ripples through the field, reshaping what's possible for you and those you touch. You've reset your identity, released the past, entered as someone new. When you let go of who you were, reality aligns with who you are. Not later, now, you might feel it. A lightness, a blend of peace and potential, a whisper of shift. That's not fantasy, it's the field answering. Reality is fluid, alive, waiting, not for you to chase, but to tune in. Quantum manifestation isn't dragging the future to you, it's rising to meet it. Your vibration designs your reality. When it shifts, your life must follow. Look around. Nothing may seem changed, but you are. That changes everything. Every thought, feeling, belief now either aligns with your new timeline or pulls you back. You've chosen. Now the real work begins. Not theory, but life. When old emotions arise, say, this isn't me, it's residue. When patterns resurface, pause, declare, I don't collapse that me anymore. When fear speaks, respond with presence. When doubt creeps, breathe deeper. Act from a place the old self couldn't reach. You're not broadcasting the past. Your new signal has consequences. Clarity, synchronicities, people showing up differently. Subtle alignments, effortless ideas, divine timing confirming you're with your true self. As we close this space, go deeper than a like or subscribe. If this stirred something, if it reminded you of an unbroken, radiant, infinite you, leave a mark. Comment, the old me is released. It's your energetic signature to the field, a ripple, a declaration. If this feels like remembrance, join us. This isn't just a channel, it's a frequency, a home for those collapsing timelines, rising into who they were born to be. Subscribe to stay aligned, elevated. Your shift isn't just personal, it's collective. The more who vibrate as their highest truth, the more the world reflects it. You're not alone. You're part of a field waking to its quantum nature. You've remembered. You can't unlearn. The old you served its role. The new you is living the next chapter. Reality is listening. See you in the next timeline.